Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? I appreciate y'all patience, man. I jollipies for being late. But I'm just chilling, man. I'm chilling. I've been relaxing all weekend. Besides the fact working on my auntie garage. I've been chilling, man. But let's get the pleasantries out of the way, and then we'll get down to how the weekend went and how everybody doing and all that right there, and get into what the market doing. If y'all still on IG, pull up on YouTube, please, because I ain't gonna look at IG no more. Good morning, everybody. I'd like to welcome y'all to Tim's Tidbit. This is the overnight price action review recap, if you will. If you don't know who I am, this is your first time pulling up on the live or on the replay, I like to say welcome. Wait a minute, man. Y'all got me tripping. I ain't even got my soul glow on, man. Hold on. I got to get my soul glow. Y'all look at how I look right now. Oh, let me, I don't want to fall on my head. Y'all look at how I look now. Now watch this. Watch this here. Just it ain't even. It's dead. Oh well, y'all. That's why I ain't got my soul glow on, cause it's dead. Anyway, back to our regularly scheduled program. Hold up. That thing dead. Anyway, like I was saying, if this is your first time here, welcome. I appreciate you. This is the overnight price action for what's the day? 9/6/22. This is the overnight price action for 9/6/22. I'd like to welcome you if this is your first time. My name is Timothy Lee Rogers Sr. I get on Al Gore's internet every single day. And shout out Captain Obvious that was on Twitter that was like, hey, Al Gore didn't invent the internet. Anyway, thank you, Captain Obvious. But anyhow, I get on Al Gore's internet every single day, and I talk about the price action, talk about, what we think is going to do based off how the price trade, and they talk about high probability trades that we looking at taking. I'm a swing trader, but we look at a price action every single day and try to point out levels for all the day trading cousins out there. And I started doing Tim's Tidbit by just sharing all the knowledge that I had when it comes to investing and trading with my friends and family, and started doing it for far and wide for free 99 on Al Gore's internet. So I'll never charge for the information that I'm giving. One-on-ones, that's something different. I might bring them back in a future point in time when I ain't so busy. One-on-ones, you're going to pay me for my time. But Tim's Tidbits, we going live every single day, long as I got breath in my body, for the free 99. If that sounds like something you're interested in, the only thing I ask you to pay is hitting that like button. Hit the like button. It might be over here on your side of the screen. It might be somewhere over there on this side of the screen. Somewhere it might be in the middle, like it is on my son's iPad. But wherever it is, click the like button for me. That's the only payment I ask you to do. Speaking of payment, let's shout out our sponsors. Let's go to sponsorship voice. Today's episode of Tim Tidbit is brought to you partly by thenewtlr.com, Spider Gang, apparel and accessories. The place to get all of your Spider Gang merch. Spider Gang, thenewtlr.com, the apparel and accessory shop for traders and investors, where you can get you a shirt and let people know that you only trade what you see. Just like me. I only trade what I see. Shout out to our second sponsor, Banjo. New music by Il Jodam. Banjo, now streaming on all streaming platforms. Banjo, new music by Il Jodam. Okay, disclaimer. This is not a paid advertisement or promotion. TheNewTLR.com, that's me. Banjo, that's music created by my son, Il Jodam. That's my son. He made that music right over there in his room. Y'all go support my son's music. Banjo, now streaming on all streaming platforms. I appreciate y'all for buying the t-shirts. I really do. But go support my son's music. That's far more valuable to me. Go support my son's music. Hey, what's going on, man? What's going on? How y'all doing today, man? What's up, Mendez, Anna, and Elsa, and the Queen? Hello, how are you doing? What's up, T. Baker? What's going on? What's up, Craig? Hey, that's my sweetie. Hey, baby, how you doing? Michelle Tucker. How you doing, Michelle Tucker? What's going on here to learn, Michelle? What's up, Edwin? Oh, no, you're not late. You ain't late. Cool it now. You better cool it now. Ooh, watch out. You ain't late. Cool it. Good morning. Good morning. I see more numbers than I see names, but the rest of the folk don't want to get shouted out, I guess. Do me a favor. Hit the like button. You don't want to get shouted out. You don't want to drop nothing in the chat so I can shout you out. Hit the like button for me. Let's get into it, man. What we got going on this week? What's happening this week? Let's look at the calendar. Let's look at the calendar. How was y'all weekend, man? That's what I want to know. How was y'all? The market going to be opening up in about 17 minutes, I think. How was y'all weekend, man? I had a good weekend. My wife cooked a phenomenal meal for the Labor Day. What was yesterday? Labor Day? Man, when I tell you OPEC meeting, when I tell you that food was so good, we had hamburgers, barbecue chicken, macaroni. That macaroni cheese was hitting so hard. Macaroni and cheese, baked beans. I don't know what she put in them baked beans, but it was so good. She probably put some of them Georgia boy sausages in there. It tastes way different than it. Everything tastes way different. She put some slap your mama seasoning on that chicken and some other stuff. Man, if this is your first time pulling up, every now and then I be having snacks back here to eat. So you got to deal with me eating my grapes right now. We ain't got money. Ain't not really going. We got some ISM service numbers tomorrow at 10. PMI. I mean today at 10. Oh man, I'm tripping. Monday was closed. Okay. Today at 10. PMI final numbers at 9:45. Tomorrow, international. Okay. Jerome Powell speaking. We got job numbers at 8:30. Powell, what Powell talking about? Now we got FOMC. He probably trying to get in front of FOMC. They probably just prepping us because FOMC coming up on the 21st. So they probably just prepping us, just getting in front of it. Then that's it, man. That's it. Ain't a whole lot going on. Just Powell speaking. Ain't a whole lot going on. For anybody who don't know about econoday.com, I'm sorry. Anybody who don't know about econoday.com, my site of choice of getting my economic data that affects the market is econoday.com. You just come to econoday.com, click on view calendar, right? And it give you what's coming out that week. It give it to you a week at a time. Another site that I like to go to also is Forexfactory.com, right? Forexfactory.com. I don't know if it is everybody or just mine, but if you come to Forex Factory, you click on the day because it give it to you for a day. Give it to me for a day. But if you click on the day, you can select the range that you want. You can look at the whole month. Like if I click all the way down there to the end of the month, it'll give me like the whole month on Forex Factory, everything that's coming up. I got it filtered out to only show me the US dollar, but you can select any currency you want to look at, like news that's affecting any currency you want to look at, right? But I only want to see the US dollar because I don't trade Forex, but it's the same information from Forex Factory. It's just a different layout. And see, it's got, you know, that the service numbers today, the PMI final, you know what I'm saying? Like the other stuff. You got some people speaking tomorrow, but Powell the only one that I really care about when he talk. When he talking, the market moves. You know what I'm saying? If something come out his mouth, if something come out Powell's mouth, the market will move. These other people like Brainerd and Bullard and all these different people, when they talking, Waller or however you say his name, when they talking, the market don't move because they be out laying that groundwork. You see how many people talking? Remember when I said they just trying to prep us? Look how many people talking. Right? Mester, Brainerd, Barr, Powell, George, Waller. Look at all the people talking. You know what I'm saying? They trying to lay that groundwork. They trying to prep us. They're trying to prep us for what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Don't prep me. Just get it over with. Yeah, but anyway, Forexfactory.com or Econo Day. That's how you can get your the information that affects the market, the economic information that affects the market, that keep you abreast. Even if you're not a day trader, if you're a long-term investor and swing trader, these two sites are real good macroeconomic information. This lets you know what's going on that's on the time horizon. When you hear people talk about the Fed's raising rates, or you hear people talk about inflation, or if you hear people talk about the housing market, the prices raising, the prices dropping, these sites right here give you insight to that. Pretty much everything on here except the Fed's talk can be like a lagging indicator. Like, you know what I'm saying? These ISM numbers that we getting like today, you know what I'm saying, probably come from August. Let me see. 9/6. Yep, August. Right? It's lagging indicators. It's coming out today, and it's the numbers that were done in August. But it let you know how the economy doing. So I know I went into that with a whole lot of detail, but I like to do a little spill. Let's look at Spalene real quick, and then I'm gonna get my charts together with y'all because I ain't did nothing. I ain't even looked at the charts. Where we at? Oh, I'm all off my game, man. Y'all singing with me now. Spalene, where you at, baby? Here you go. There she go. Hey, Spalene, how you doing, baby? Hey, how you doing? Sorry you can't get through. Why don't you leave your name and your number, and I'll get back to you. Hey, who remember that song? Who remember that song? Somebody put it in the chat who sang that song. Okay, Spalene about to gap up $2. About to be a $2 gap up. As we see on Friday, September the 2nd. Yes, Friday, September the 2nd. We had a huge gap up above equilibrium from the June low, right? We went back above equilibrium from the June low into a slight premium from the June low, came back up and kissed equilibrium for the July low, right? For anybody that's just tuning in and don't know what I'm talking about, right? Equilibrium, if I get my fibs and I run it from the June low up to the August high, right? 50% is equilibrium. And right there, you see that black line that's at 396.95. It's an equilibrium for June 17th low. Equilibrium is that's equilibrium right there, meaning the market is not at a discount or a premium. It's at equilibrium from this entire leg up right here, right? I'm in the mind frame of the big boys like to sell at a premium. Anything above 50% of the price leg, and they like to buy at a discount. Anything below 50% of the price leg, right? So that's why I like to know where equilibrium is for the price legs that we're looking at. And if you notice, we got one big price leg, and then it's broke down into two major sections, right? Because this little drop back right there, I ain't worried about that because we back at starting point on him. So I'm just looking at this one from the July low to the August high, and equilibrium for that is this top line right here at 4139, right? Again, I believe that they like to sell at a premium and buy at a discount. Anything above equilibrium is a premium market. Anything below equilibrium is a discount market, right? Sometimes you might hear me say we've come into a discount for the sellers. And the reason why I say that is because puts are cheaper in the premium market. Calls are cheaper in the discount market. Puts are cheaper in the premium market. So you may hear me say it's coming to a discount for the sellers, meaning they can get the puts cheaper. It's coming to a discount for the buyers, meaning they can get the calls cheaper. That's why, but it's a premium market, discount market. But the way the mind of little Timmy Rogers think, we went up to a slight discount for the sellers from the June run, and we got right back at equilibrium for the July run, and then we pushed back down and came back down and tested the bottom of our box again. Remember, the bottom of our box was like right down here somewhere. I can't remember where it was right now on top of my head, but the bottom of our box was right down here around this July 26th low, right? We came down to it. We came down to it on the first, right? And pushed back up off of it. We gapped way up, kissed equilibrium, came back down, testing it again. We didn't break through it. We didn't even like actually touch it, but we came back down, testing it. 389.95, 390.33. Yeah, we didn't even touch it, but it's like we came back down, testing it again, and started to push back up off of it. Friday was a peculiar day. I did get in a sim trade on the futures. I got a 10-piece in the morning to the upside, and then I called it a day. And then once we got back up here to equilibrium on the SPY, we just bled off for the rest of the day. It wasn't even like vicious selling. We just bled off. We just slowly bled off for the entire day. And then I think in like toward the end of the day, I didn't even come back to check, but toward the end of the day, sometime it started to pop back up again. Now, let's go look at the ES and see what the ES did overnight. I'm gonna tell you right now, my plan for today, right, is to I typically only try to do I get off at 11. So my plan for today is pretty much just to see what's going on, because it's been a long weekend. I can't really remember the mind state that I was in on Friday, because I totally blanked out from the market this weekend. I chilled out, you know what I'm saying, between working on my auntie wall and trying to spend time with my family. I barely saw my wife this weekend. I saw my boys all weekend, but I was missing my sweetie. I ain't get a chance to see her this weekend much because I was at my auntie house forever. Okay. Let me see here. Let's I ain't got much I got to delete off. As y'all see right now, I got the top of the box marked out as the August 30th high. And then we got I'm counting these equal highs right here as internal liquidity for our box. For those who don't know what the box mean, shout out Lex and PDub. They like when they broke it down as far as like internal and external liquidity, right? Meaning, like, for me, this is how it is for me. For my daily levels, which is the August 30th high at 40.7275, and then the September 1st low at 39.0325. Those are my daily price levels. Like, that's the top and the bottom of my box, right? The top of my box, right? Anything outside of this, above this 40.72, I'm counting that as external liquidity. Anything below this 3903.25, I'm counting that as external liquidity, right? So when they broke it down like that, it made me visualize it as a box. Price comes into the box, then it bounces around and balances everything out inside the box. And then once it balances everything inside the box, then the price will let you know which way it want to go. It's going to pop out the box and then stay outside the box, like come down, retest, and stay outside to the bottom side, or it's going to pop out the box and then retest it and stay out to the upside. It'll let you know which way it want to go. So I'll be looking at it as a box, like the ball go in, bing, 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 bounce around the box, then it pop out, or bing, 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 and then it pop out. That's how that's the box. That's the top of the box, the bottom of the box, right? So now, I still had this weekly, weekly. It was a weekly breaker down here. It was a weekly breaker. No, weekly order block. There was a weekly order block. I got to remember my things here. It's a weekly order block right here. Potential order block. We came down to it, wicked off it, came to it again, wicked off it a little bit, and we start to move up off of it. So right now, the weekly order block has held the price, has done its job for a couple days now. Let's see if it's still going to push back up or if we're going to continue down. Are we going to push back up into a nice premium market? Because we got into like I said, we got into a slight premium from the June 17th low, but we didn't. Oh, I apologize, y'all. I forgot to tell y'all. The link is in the chat. If anybody got any questions, I'll put the link in the chat earlier. The link in the chat, if anybody got any questions or anybody want to share anything. So as you see over here on Friday, we got into a slight premium, got right back to equilibrium, and then we started, we sold back off. We gapped, well, actually on here, we gapped down slightly. On the ES, on the SPY, we gapped up, but on the ES, we gapped down just slightly, pushed all the way up to equilibrium, and then sold all the way down to retest the bottom of our box. The bottom of our box was at the low over here. Right, that was the bottom of our box on the ES at 39.13.25. That was the bottom of our box, and we came back down, tested it again, wicked up off of it, and then over here on Monday, we was not able to get back down to it, and then today we have pushed up and we're coming back down now. Now let's drop down lower and start filling this out. These are daily candles. I'm going through all this because we didn't get a chance to talk about none of this stuff on Sunday. We didn't have a week. We didn't look at it a week in advance. Let's go up. Let's go all the way up. Since we didn't get a chance, the market getting ready to open up in 2 minutes. If you're just tuning in for levels and want to know what I'm doing for this morning, I ain't doing nothing but watching this morning, so I ain't got no levels right now. If you got to go trade, I appreciate you. Hit the like button on the way out, if you will. Let's see here. These are monthly counters right here. Just want to get our bearings as to where we are right now in the grand scheme of things. As you know, we fell down. As of now, we got a yearly low. As of now, we got a yearly low in June at 36.39, and then July we May we came down, ran liquidity up under these relative equal lows here at 49.225 or whatever that was, 49.275. We ran these equal lows there, and then we got below that. Yeah, we got below this low right here where we had wicked up off of that. It's not a swing low, but it was a nice wick. So we got below there. We got below these equal lows, and then we wicked up off of it. Y'all know how I feel about that. That's the market saying, I want to go this way, but not quite yet on the monthly level, right? Because we went down there and we wicked up hard. I want to go that way, but not quite yet, right? So the next month we come up, finish a little bit of gap work somewhere up in there on the monthly level, and then we pushed all the way down and got all the way down here to 39.69, which was the yearly low, and then we wicked back up off of it, right? So now, for the time being, that was the downside that the algos wanted to get to when they said, I want to go that way, but not quite yet. For the time being, that 36.39 was the downside they was trying to get to. Then July, we opened up. Right, we opened up here, we came down, took care of a little bit of downside gap work. We took care of a little bit of downside gap work, and then we pushed all the way up, closing near the highs in July. Closed really near the highs. So then in August, we opened up and continued that bullish momentum. Right, we continued the beginning of August, we continued that bullish momentum all the way up, got back up, set relative equal highs, got into this this weekly fair value gap that's right up here. I don't know if y'all can see that purple box, but that's a weekly fair value gap that we had set. We kept that bullishness up from closing at the highs of July, got up here, set relative equal highs. So now y'all know them relative equal highs are magnets, and equal lows, they magnets to price. So I'm expecting the algos to target that at some time in the near future, right? Either we're gonna go up, hit it, and sell off, or we're gonna go up, hit it, and stay above it. But them relative equal highs be magnets. So I'm keeping an eye on that. The market is now open. The market is not open. The market is not open. If you got to go and trade for the day, I appreciate you for hanging out with us. Hit the like button on the way out the door, will you please? And thank you. See you tonight at 7:30 for the overnight. For the price action recap. Now back to what we were saying. So we set relative equal highs up here. That high is 43.2750. Right, we set relative equal highs, and then we sold, and closed right near the lows. Right, really bearish momentum near the lows. So now the algo saying I want to go that way right now. So this month, right, we opened up and we've been kind of teeter-tottering between. We had a slight push up, we got a slight push down. We going back and forth, and y'all already know why I feel like we're going back and forth right there, because look where we at. We have come to the middle of the road. We right here in the middle of the road. That's equilibrium. We got equilibrium for the June low, and we got equilibrium for the July low. Right, it's the same spot. The whole bullish run from June to August, the equilibrium is right there at the same spot for the first and the second leg of the bull rally. So we right there in the middle of the road. So right now price just going back and forth. As you see, let me I know the lipstick might be in y'all way. Y'all probably can't see it. Let me get the lipstick out y'all way. Let me hide the text. Text. Everybody, text. Yeah. So right there, we went up, we went down, we like right in the middle, and we only had how many trading days we had? 1, 2. We had 2 trading days for the month so far. Yeah, it was like a futures day yesterday, but who cares? It was off day, So after 2 days, we done went up a little bit, went down a little bit. Now, mind you, y'all already know how my mind frame is. Go up to go down to go up, right? We already had a smaller push up into a slight premium for the June low. We went back up into a slight premium for the June low, right? So that's why I'm just chilling out, and I'm letting the algo show me what their true intentions is today. I ain't trying to hop into nothing prematurely, right? Because we closed very near the lows right here, and y'all already know how I feel about that. Whenever we coming down and we get to like a nice little liquidity area and we get a close down there, I'm watching to see if the market want to continue to go that way immediately. Now that's on the monthly. Let's pop over to the weekly. Let's pop over to the weekly. Everybody, shots. Okay, on the weekly level, all right. I ain't going all the way back to the beginning. I'm just coming right here. So this is our bull rally, right? We got a bull rally. We pushed up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks after the consolidation. We pushed up for 5. Yeah, this is a red candle, but we made a new high. So that's why I say we pushed up. We pushed up for 5 weeks, and that's when we started the descent, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 weeks we pushed up after this consolidation, after trying to form a bottom, right? The market tried to carve out a bottom here, and then we start pushing up. Right now, we're testing that bottom, right? All of the gap work on the weekly time frame, right, has been taken care of. Like everything that I was looking for us to try to take care of, we just barely short of this, like this weekly fair value gap right there. The top of the gap is the top of this order block at 3900.25, right? 3900.25. We only came down to 3903.25. So it was like 3 points away from touching the top of, the bottom of this weekly fair value gap. For anybody that don't know what I'm talking about, let me mark it out real quick. So from fair value gap, 3 candle pattern where candle 1, 2, and 3, candle 1 and candle 3 don't share price. So it's a small spot right there that candle 1 and candle 3 don't share price. And if you extend that out in time, we only came down to 3903.25, where the bottom of it is at 3900.25, right? So, but other than that, all of the weekly downside gap work has been taken care of. We took care of this entire wick, and we got almost took 3 points away from the bottom. But this is the weekly order block, the potential order block on the weekly time frame. All right. Another concept I learned from ICT, and the reason why I'm counting that as a potential order block is because if you look here, God dog it, screen, what are you doing? If you look here, we sold down hard, right? Came into an area of consolidation, and then we got a violent price move, you know what I'm saying, off of this consolidation. Even it's like a reverse, like we was coming down, consolidated, and took off. Even if we just came down and took straight back off, I'll still be looking at the last down close candle before the violent move, you know what I'm saying, and looking at that as a potential order block, right? So that's it. We came down, we were selling down, right? Selling down. Y'all like that new selling down sound? Selling down. We were selling down, and then we got a violent price move to the upside. The last down close counter before that violent price move, I'm looking at that as a potential order block, right? And so we got a fair value gap right there. So the order block combined with the fair value gap, and that gives more strength to the weekly fair value gap right there. That's why I got it marked out, right? So now on the way down, on the way back up, we made a weekly fair value gap to the upside, right? We made a weekly fair value gap to the upside. Right here, we made 2 weekly fair value gaps to the upside on this violent price move, right? We came back. Now we got the wax on of this fair value gap in this area. We got the wax on, right, for this fair value gap in this area here between these 2 weekly candles here. This fair value gap in this area, let me draw it out for people like, I don't see what you talk about. So this fair value gap right there, we got the wax on in 1 week. And this fair value gap right here, we got the wax on between these 2 weeks right here. Now, check this out here, right? This is important to look at, right? With this one here, we went up and we went down, right? So we came, let me scoot this over some. Right? We came down into, see this one here, we just went straight through, right? Just got wax on. We don't have the wax off there. This one here, we came down, we went all the way like a little over 50% down, right? Then we gapped down, right? We gapped down here, and then we pushed down, we pushed up back through it. So we done waxed off. Let me move this over so you can see that wick. Get out of here. Right? We gapped down, and then we pushed up, getting the wax off for like a big chunk of this, and then pushed all the way through. So now when price come back through this, we got the potential to blow back through it. You know what I'm saying? Because we done pretty much waxed on and waxed off the whole thing, pretty much. Right? So just keep that in mind. Right? It's very little rebalancing that need to be done on the weekly level in this fair value gap here. Right? We repriced it, right? But this one here, it still need to be rebalanced. It's got repriced to the sell side. This got repriced and rebalanced almost fully, right? So boom, those weekly fair value gaps are taken care of, right? Well, not taken care of, but them the weekly fair value gaps. Then we got down here, and we right now we're we bounced off of this potential order block right there on the weekly level. Drop it down to the daily. Drop it down to the daily. I drop it down to the daily. Now we've come down, and we starting to kind of consolidate right around equilibrium. We're slightly below equilibrium for the entire run up. We Friday, we pushed all the way back up to equilibrium, close to equilibrium for the July run. went back to a slight premium for the June run, and we pushed back down below equilibrium. And over the holiday weekend, you see what we did? Nothing. You know, we just stayed in the same area. So and then between yesterday and tonight, overnight action, we pushed up back into this up close counter here. We pushed back up into that area and started pushing back down. Right, we're gonna go lower and try to figure out what we was doing up in there. So right now, as y'all see, the top and the bottom of the box. The top of the box that I'm watching right now is 40.7275. That's the top of our box for the buy side liquidity. The bottom of the box is 39.0325. I adjusted it slightly. The original bottom of the box was 39.1350, which was right around here. I could have left it there, but I was like, it's just a stone's throw away from the low. So we made a lower low than that 39.1350. So that's why I adjusted down to the 39.0325. That's the bottom of the box, right? I ain't seen no sense of sitting it there when we already tapped into that liquidity, right? So we tapped into that liquidity, and then we went back inside the box. We didn't break outside of the box and stay outside. We tapped outside and then got back into the box, but I just adjusted it lower because I didn't feel like having my line be up here somewhere, and we got them wicks hanging below it, right? So right now, no daily fair value gaps or anything of note. So I just noted these equal highs, these relative equal highs at 40.1925. That's some daily internal liquidity at 40.1925. We got a daily overnight, it's another daily liquidity right now that I'm marking. Y'all see me doing it right here with you at 39.6250. 39.6250 at 39.6250. Let me get a internal liquidity. So internal buy side liquidity at 39.6250 and 40.1925. Sell side, internal sell side is at 39.15 even. Internal sell side right now is at 39.15 even. These are daily sell side and buy side internal levels. These are daily sell side and buy side internal levels. I point that out because they got the potential to be their own box. If you want your box to be smaller, I pointed that out because if you want your box to be smaller, this 39.15 can be the bottom of your box, and this 39.6250 can be the top of your box, because those are daily levels. If you want to have a smaller box, those can be daily levels. Those can be the top and the bottom of your box. I just got my box spread out more because I'm a swing trader, so I'm looking at a wider range of price movement. But sell side liquidity right now is at 39.15 even. Buy side is at 39.6250. Again, those are daily levels, so those can be somebody's box. If that was your box, you would just look in that area there. Nice jump down to an hourly. So every now and then I'll look at a 4 hour. When I'm looking at the entire week, I'll come to a 4 hour every now and then, but a lot of times it don't be a lot of difference between the 4 hour and the daily that I want to make note of. But sometimes it does be like some differences, like here. Let's look at this 4 hour since we didn't look at it. We got a 4 hour fair value gap up here inside our box. So that'll be some internal liquidity right there. We got a 4-hour fair value gap. Since we didn't look at it, I'm just gonna go ahead and look at it. We didn't look at it over the weekend. What did I do wrong? Okay. And we're gonna make this a 4-hour imbalance, 240-minute imbalance. Apply. Okay, let's go to 9. Apply. We inching toward that buy side liquidity at 39.15. Let's see how the algos react off that. Will we slide down and get to 39.03 and hit the weekly order block, or will we hit that 39.15 and start to bounce? Let's see what it does. Or we hit that 39.15 and keep selling off. Always be prepared for what you're gonna do either way. All right, so we got a 4-hour fair value gap that we have not got back to yet. Okay, we got a what's the name right here? I see a potential breaker right there. Right here in the same spot as that fair value gap. Ooh, that's a nice little selling spot. I see a potential breaker right there at this down close candle here. All right, that's a potential breaker right there. If you don't know why I say that, you see we had these previous high right here, right? We came down and we broke through that high. Like we ran up, came into this gap here, this previous high, right? That's the low right there. We broke through that high, extend the high in time. Then when you come back down to the low of that area and break through it, that's a potential breaker right there, right? That's a potential breaker right there. And if you want to count the highs and the lows, you know, once I find it, I can go back through the highs and the lows, like 4, 3, 2, 1, right? High, low, higher, high, lower, low, right? I don't be knowing how to look for the right highs and lows until after I can see it the way that I learned it from ICT. That's when I can see the lows and the highs. How shout out PDub and Lex when they have the high, the low, the higher high, the lower low. I don't never know which one to pick. So I just look at it the way I learned from ICT, where I have like a previous high, you know what I'm saying, a previous high of significance. And then once we come back and run liquidity above that, I extend that high or low, I extend it out in time. And once I extend it out in time, I go, you know what I'm saying, to the low in between there. And then that area right there, that would be, you know what I'm saying, and it's the same spot as this fair value gap. So you got a potential breaker and a fair value gap all in this area right here on the 4-hour. So keep that of note if you trade breakers. I just wanted to point that out. Okay, coming down, we had a fair value gap here that we just got the wax off for, right? And for those who don't understand what I mean by wax off, right, let me point that out for you. Okay, so here's the fair value gap right there that we made on the first, at the end of the day. At the end of the day, like the second half of the day from the first. What's the first? Thursday? Yes, from the second half of the day, Thursday. These 4-hour candles, right? So we made a fair value gap right in this area right here. So we came down, kissed it, bounced up off of it, came up, broke above these highs right here, set the equal high. That's some buy side liquidity that we set the equal highs when I was like, that could be the top of somebody's box. That's a daily level right there when I was like, no, which one? Yeah, this one here. This was the one where I was like, that could be I think it was that one, or maybe it was this one. Anyway, but we set equal highs right here on the 4-hour level. I got that marked out as some buy side liquidity, and then we started pushing back down. We pushed back down right there. We came through. We got the wax on, right? We repriced it to the sell side, right? We took off only offering buy side, didn't offer any sell side. Then we came back and repriced it to the sell side, right? So once we repriced it to the sell side, then we came back through and we finally rebalanced it over here on this last candle. We went all the way back to the top. So now this whole area, this whole fair value gap right here, we got the wax on, we got the wax off. So this area has been rebalanced. Now, what I be watching for once the area gets rebalanced, I be watching for when price come back, how price is going to react to that area, right? So what I'm going to do, the fill in. I'm gonna turn this fill in transparent so that I can know that this area right here was a 4-hour fair value gap that got rebalanced, right? And I know it's a 4-hour fair value gap that got rebalanced because of the color scheme that I use. So now I know it's a 4-hour fair value gap in that area that got rebalanced. And when price come back to it, I want to see if the algos want to keep once an area like a gap, any kind of gap gets rebalanced, right? If the algos want to use that as resistance or support, they'll come back to that area and then react off of it in the opposite way. Like if they want to use it, if the algos want to use this as resistance, like quote unquote resistance, meaning, okay, they rebalance this point and now they got that point set, you know what I'm saying, in their computer mind, like, okay, that's the point that I'm going to remember, that I'm going to go back to sell from, because the computers need specific numbers to sell from. So now that they have rebalanced this area, if they want to use this as resistance, you know what I'm saying, they'll come back up to this area and then just sell off, right? Because the computer needs points to come to. The computer don't care nothing about the fair value gaps that I draw on the screen. It don't care nothing about the mannequin body parts that people draw on the screens with the head and shoulders. It don't care nothing about the trend lines that people draw on the screen. The algo just know they need a specific number to remember. And they remember these numbers by the things that they do. You know what I'm saying? The highs they set, the lows they set, the areas they rebalance. They remember this stuff. And if you want to use it as resistance, it'll come back to this area and then sell it off, right? So that'll be an area to be watching. If you bearish, okay, let's watch this area to see if we get a sell off of this area to try to take something short, right? Or once they rebalance it, they'll blow through it and use it as support, like pew, just shoot through it without any kind of stopping, because it's totally rebalanced. They ain't got nobody to pick up on the bus. Ain't nobody to get picked up. So they blow through that stop. And once they blow through that stop, they remember, I rebalanced that area back there. So when it come up and go to a retracement, it'll come back down and then bounce off of that area, because that's already rebalanced. We ain't got to go that way no more. We come back down, and this the way we need to go. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I like to keep it there to see how the price react to it now that it's rebalanced, right? We pushing into the buy side, the sell side liquidity. I said buy side because I still got to be there. We pushed into the sell side liquidity at 39.15, right? We took it out, getting real close to the 39.03.25, which is the bottom of our box. That's the 4-hour level. Let's drop down, right, to hourly. So on the hourly level, same thing. We got an hourly fair value gap right here that we made coming down. We got an hourly fair value gap over there we made. So as you see, we came in here and we got the wax on, wax off of this hourly fair value gap that's inside this 4-hour fair value gap. So you see, it was busy. It was like rebalancing on top of rebalancing, right? It was rebalancing on top of rebalances. And then this port, like, notice here what I was talking about. This is a good example of what I was talking about as far as how they use it for resistance and support, right? So peep this right here. We got an hourly fair value gap that we made going on the way up, right? Let me set my I'm sorry, y'all. I ain't looked at the chat not one time yet. I'm just running my mouth. I ain't looked at the chat not one time today. Not one time today. I'm going to be so far behind on the chat. I ain't even going to hold you. I ain't even going to look back that far. I'm not looking back that far. I'm just going to go to the bottom of the chat. I'm letting you know right now. When I say I'm about to look at the chat, if y'all got something y'all want me to see, just re-put it in. Cause I'm not going back that far in the chat. Cause I ain't looked at it at all. And I done been on here for 50 minutes. Okay, so we made an hourly fair value gap on the way up right here between 39.35 and 39.25, right? We made another hourly fair value gap right here. I ain't worrying about calling the number, right? So we came up We got into it, bounced off it, got into it, bounced off it, right? So we came here and we went all the way through it. So now we got a complete wax on with this candle right here. We kind of did a little, we was taking care of a little bit, then we got a complete wax on. We flushed all the way through it because we pretty much, you know what I'm saying, we pretty much got almost to the bottom, right, of right there. So when we was flushing through here, it was zero resistance up until there, but we just kept going through. So now we got a complete wax on, right? Then we come over here, we got a complete wax on of this fair value gap, right? So then when we came back through it, boom, that gave us our wax off, right? One more time for good measure. It probably was some 15-minute or 5 minutes, some stuff that it had to go down and do, set some equal lows, right? So now look how price reacting to this area right here. Came back, bounce off it, came back, bounce off it, came back, bounce off it, came back, bounce off it. Instead of just, you know what I'm saying? This is the in the slow over the weekend stuff, but look, it's just totally respect that bounce off of it. Now it's starting to poke out a little bit, but it's still respecting this area right there inside this 4-hour fair value gap. It's respecting this hourly fair value gap area. It's just like, you know, soak engineering liquidity. It's engineering liquidity right here at this hourly fair value gap that it has rebalanced, right? Now it's starting to poke through a little bit more, getting up here to these relative equal highs, right? That is set back here. Once we poke through, poke through them relative equal highs, right? Came back down and then pop back up to this area right here, right around. Now we got the full wax on, wax off for this whole area, right? Once we come back down, you see how it come down, boom, get supported by this bottom fair value gap now, right? This bottom fair value gap is supporting it. Then we push all the way back up, almost get to the top of the 4-hour, right? Wick back down, come back down, supported again by this fair value gap. They're like, oh, we already balanced that. We ain't got to go no lower. Let's go up here and get this. Then we get to the top of the 4-hour fair value gap, the blue line. And once we get to the top of that, then we come down and now it's like touch it. And now it's resistance. Now this top one is resistance. Touch it, get into it a little bit. And then now, boom, sold off hard. You see what I'm saying? Sold off hard. That's what I be talking about, how the price, that's how I be talking about how the price reacts to the imbalances once they get rebalanced. That was like the perfect example to share that. That's how little Timmy Rogers see it in his mind. If you don't see it like that, I don't care. I'm just sharing my thoughts. Okay, so we got the sell side liquidity at 39.15, and we're pushing back up off of it, respecting the bottom of the box. This low that we made on Friday, excuse me, at 39.06 even, right? That poked outside of the bottom of our previous box, right? That poked outside the bottom of our previous box. This low that we made over here on Thursday, that poked outside of our previous box. And so we poked outside the previous box then on Thursday. Then on Friday, we poked outside the previous box again, but we didn't get as low as we did on Friday, right? Coming right here to this potential order block right there. This down close candle hit that, see the violent move on the hourly level. It's like we was coming over here, we was coming down, we were consolidating, right? Got a quick little turtle soup right there, right? Because we came down, consolidated, broke out to the bottom side, and then popped off with a violent move up. That they call that turtle soup. I get that from ICT. When you consolidating and you have a false breakout one way and get a violent move to the other side, he called that turtle soup. Like even if you was consolidating, pop out to the top and sell off hard. Turtle soup, right? So right here we got a potential hourly order block right there, because that's the last down close candle before this violent move. And then once we traded back down, when we got back into that order block, we started consolidating. We have one wick all the way down toward the bottom of the order block. How low did it get? The bottom of the order block is 39.06 even. And oh, lo and behold, 39.06 even. That's the algo stuff for you right there. Look over that low. When I come over here to the order block, hover over the order block, 39.06 even, right? I didn't even know that. Y'all see that? And then I hover over the low on Friday. I had already called that 39.06 even. Algos came down to the bottom of the order block, then wicked back up off of it and started to consolidate. And then we pushed up, filled in this hourly fair value. We talked about all this right here. We did all that. And now we're pushing down toward the bottom of the box. Boom. So we're going to the bottom of the box now. Let's see if we continue this descent. Once we get to the bottom of the box, let's see if we get a closure. And we're coming down to, we're pushing toward this weekly order block. Right now, we're coming down to the weekly order block. Now we're pushing to the bottom of the box. And we're coming up on this weekly order block now. Okay, hourly is about as low I'm gonna go. We've taken out both sell side liquidities that I was watching. Right now we're coming up into this. We just got into the weekly order block, just tapped into it. We make it look like we're making a nice run below these lows. Last week we didn't really get in the lows that deep. Like last week we came down to 39.0325. Yeah, that about 10 points. It was about a 10-point dive, but we ain't really like spend no time down there, which is like a turtle soup. We came down, broke below it, 10 points below it, and it was a turtle soup. We ain't spend no time down there. We ain't really engineer no liquidity. Then we came back again and we poked through it a little bit, but we ain't engineer no liquidity below the lows. We just, you know what I'm saying, we've been staying above the lows. Now we pushing down into this weekly order block. Let's see what's going on there. That short from this fair value gap up here would have been a good short if anybody was watching that on a day trade to take that short. Man, when I was talking about we got this we rebalance this hourly fair value gap up here. This hourly fair value gap right back here. I was like, we rebalanced that. That one now. We had rebalanced that. And then sold off on that thing. We ain't get it during the market time, but in the futures. In futures, we got it in the futures, came to the top of this 4-hour fair value gap. But I usually trade off of like hourly stuff if I'm trying to day trade. But we had like an hourly right there, right back into this consolidation, right into this fair value gap right there. If anybody was watching, that one got rebalanced. But if you're just watching the closest fair value gap, right, we had this fair value gap right here, right back into this breaking structure. That would have been a beautiful short right there, because we had an hourly breaking structure there combined with a fair value gap. Oh my goodness, beautiful. On top of the quick turtle soup, we consolidated, blast up, came straight back down. So we had turtle soup, breaking structure, fair value gap. Oh my God, that was a beautiful short. That was a beautiful short that I didn't even see until just now. I was talking about all this area too. See, this kind of stuff you need to be researching when you like, and when the market, like before the market open, like all this information right here could have been seen like on Sunday if we would have did the video on Sunday, right? All this information could have been seen. How we could have seen how we consolidated turtle soup, breaking structure, fair value gap, and then trading back up into it, looking to go short right there at that 36.92. Right, I already had the buy side liquidity marked there, so you know what I'm saying. With all of this right here, that would have been your short right there at a 36.92, because the buy side liquidity, if you bearish, the buy side liquidity is a good place to go short at. You see what I'm saying? That level is a good place to go short at if you bearish, and it's setting up perfectly bearish right there. We came up, consolidated, turtle soup, breaking structure to the downside, fair value gap. So you got the breaking structure. That's the liquidity run reversal right there, right? So boom, you come here, you consolidate, and right here go your liquidity right here, this high. Get into the liquidity pool, right? You start splashing, making swing lows, swing highs, pop up, right? That's a turtle soup. Boom, turtle soup. You come back down. You break this low with some authority, right? You very next candle, you leave a fair value gap, right? Break the low. Very next candle, leave a fair value gap. That's the liquidity run reversal. Get into the liquidity pool, splash, break a swing with authority. Next candle, leave a fair value gap. There go your fair value gap. You looking to go short off the bottom, middle, or top of that gap. Right there, where the top of the gap, right at there, right around that 39.6250 all day long. That was a beautiful short. I surely wish I would have seen it prior to right now. But since we didn't do the live stream yesterday, that's an opportunity missed. Live to trade another day. And plus, I'm just using this day just to see what the market want to give us. That's everything I got as far as like really going into detail on the price action. Right now, the upside target is 40.72, 25. 40.72.75. That's the upside buy side liquidity target. We have reached the bottom side. Let's see how the day play out to see if we close below it. If we close below it, then I'll start looking for a downside target. My downside target would be the bottom of the box would be this low over here at the July 14th low, because that's the next prominent swing low, right? That's how I like to mark my boxes. I mark them at the prominent swing low. Do I think we're gonna get all the way down there? That's just the next prominent swing low, right? So that'll be unless we come and make, you know what I'm saying, a low over here, we make a new low over here and like maybe wick back up off it. Like they say we come down, like we coming into, it's a daily, we got a weekly order block and we got a daily order block right here, right? Let's say we come into this daily and weekly order block and then we start rocketing back up. Then I'll make this daily low the bottom of my box. You see what I'm saying? Instead of jumping way down here, I just make this daily low the bottom of my box. And if we keep inching lower and lower and lower, I just keep adjusting the bottom of the box until we break past. If we break past this daily order block, then I'll adjust the bottom of the box all the way down here. But long as we got this weekly order block and this daily order block here, I'll just continue to adjust the bottom of the box lower and lower until the price breaks below this. And then I'll set this low at 37.2375. I'll set that as the bottom of the box. But that's all I got, man. I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me this long. Let me see what y'all talk about in the chat. I'm not going back. What's up, DeAndre? What's cracking? What's up, Kashaya? Little Hawk. It's a dope session day. Definitely rewatch him. Okay, appreciate that, Little Hawk. What's up, Stacks? Good morning to you. I agree, Little Hawk. There's a lot of information, thought process, discussing. Okay, I appreciate that. Here to learn and share. Wish I took my short at 835. I should have paper traded it. A strike. I was eyeing. I watched going from 40 cents to 40. Man, ICT stuff do work. It break your heart when you watch it go like that, don't it, Stacks? You be like, God, no. Hey, but Stacks, peep this up. Don't rush into the next one, right? This gonna be hard to do. Everybody move out the way. I'm talking to Stacks right now. Get out the way. Move. Hit a learn and share. Put your hand down. I already got the fruit you brought me. Teacher's pet. Move. Gone. Right, look. Stacks. Since you missed that and you put on there and said, I wish I took it and I should have paper traded it, right? The next one you see, right? Don't rush into it. Don't rush into it. Unless it's a triple plus setup, don't rush into it, right? Because what I tend to do, if I see something and I hesitate and it go my way, I mentally start to force A+ setups when they really just C at best. You know what I'm saying? Don't rush into the next one unless it's unequivocally a triple plus setup. Because when you miss it, it does something to you mentally. You know what I'm saying? That's just my free advice from me to you. My free advice from me to you. Let's get this. Start. Hey, you getting that paper? You getting that paper? What's up? What's up, Christina? I appreciate that. I appreciate that. If y'all like this session, share it with a cousin, man. We just trying to get good information to cousins for the free 99. If y'all like this right here, share it with a cousin. You know what I'm saying? Just post the link, send it directly to their cell phone. You can put it on social media. That's fine. However you want to share it with a cousin, share it with somebody who do what we do. If you got some value out of this, go on to be like, hey, go check this out. It's a long session, but it's some good information in there. Share it with a cousin, man. I appreciate y'all. Hey, I'm gonna put the link in the chat one more time, and then I'm gonna go eat me some breakfast. I'm putting the link in the chat one more time. Anybody that want to pull up and ask anything, anybody if they want to pull up and share anything, I got the link in the chat. It ain't a lot in the chat. I can go back. New Balance is my favorite on his album. Oh, somebody talking about water. Oh, speaking of, since I'm getting ready to get out of here, my wife said New Balance is her favorite track. Let's go listen to New Balance on Banjo. Banjo is one of our sponsors. It's not a paid promotion. That's my son. Hey, let's go listen to New Balance on the album Banjo by Il Jodam. And when New Balance go off, we're gonna call it. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit because I don't want it to be like super loud in y'all ears. We're gonna listen to New Balance. This was produced, written, and everything by my son, Timothy Lee Rogers Jr. This is New Balance. This is my wife's favorite song off his album, Banjo. Now streaming on all streaming platforms. Support my son music.
I got off white like an X back at it. Gotta stop seeing so much of this fabric. I'm like a fiend when I want, I'ma have it. I'ma go grab it. New things at it. Yeah, I came up with a couple few dimes. I don't know what to do with it. These artists can't buy time. You the one I'm trying to spin with.
You the one I'm trying to spin with.
I got no change, but I want to link. We got connection. We got sync. Baby said bye.
Like him in sync.
So I will bust some new stars, baby. Whole lot of rats trying to hate on the team. I don't mess with weeds, like don't touch me.
The link for Banjo in the chat right now if you got Apple Music.
My niggas, I like tink. Drippin', yeah, like I broke a sink.
Drippin' like I'm a broke faucet.
I do it, but nobody saw it. Yeah, I did bad like I never lost. You think I did where I'm looking at close.
Sing with me, baby. Rick on New Balance. Little baby drip coming in by the gallons. Been a minute, what happened? Took a leave abs to protect my talent. Rick on New Balance. Little baby drip coming in by the gallons. Been a minute, what happened? Took a leave abs to protect my talent.
Stuck in this paper like I take a quiz. Try to keep it real since we was kids. A lot of people fake, that's not my business. What it is, that's not his. I've been living way, need to graduate every other day. Always on the game, life like a play, feel like Broadway. I'm feeling fly like a blue jay. Eastside boys, so we turn.
Yeah, I'm black, yeah, I'm a little bird.
I'm feeling high, feel you weren't, feel like you ain't, feel like you can't. I'm gonna know, like I'm a saint. We're kinda old, gotta read. Yeah, you gotta sleep, yeah, you gotta faint. Yeah, I'm gone.
Hotel eating crepes.
Make their names. Haters like this sour, I can get a taste. I just been bass bags in my chase. Bags in my face. I can see the haze, I can get away.
Been a minute, what happened? Been thinking of having like my talent. Hey man, I appreciate y'all. That's all I got. Y'all support my son music. I'll see y'all tonight at 7:30 for the price action recap. If y'all got something out of this, yeah, proud pappy. Thank you. I let him know that y'all said that. He's very talented. I'll see y'all tonight at 7:30 for the price action recap. If y'all got something out of this, if y'all say y'all gonna go back and look at this video, if y'all found some value in it, do me a favor, share it with a cousin. It like We got a pretty nice little platform, pretty nice little family here with the Spider Gang. Shout out Spidey back here. But I feel like we can reach more cousins. This ain't never been about subscribers for me. This ain't never been about monetizing for me. This ain't never been nothing but just sharing the information that I got inside my brain, you know what I'm saying, with cousins and nephews and nieces like yourself, the people that tap in every day, the faithful people that tap in every day. I appreciate y'all. Share it with a cousin. I don't care if they subscribe or not. I just want them to get the information. So share it with a cousin if you found some value in it. I'll see y'all tonight at 7:30 for the price action recap. Gone.